But
And
this
that's
is weird. You
yeah.
want to evict your son's girlfriend.
Every time that I've served to get her out, she just comes back, says she's visiting, but then she doesn't.
My husband got our house foreclosed. Excuse me. I
Stop,
can show
stop,
proof that he
stop.
left.
Good afternoon. This is
Hi.
Judge Middleton Courthouse in Centerville. Also here is James Thomas, the landlord. You guys are at the same address.
No.
Mr. Thomas has filed a termination of tenancy and he wants you to move out. Mr. Thomas, you're in the same residence. You don't have a lease. You want her to move?
Yes, sir, I own the house.
All right. Ms. Schambarger, what's your position?
My position is I don't live there. And my boyfriend lives there. That is his son. And this was all out of the blue. There was never any communication in any form in terms of a request to be moved out or a reason why. He issued me a notice to quit on October 22nd. It was filed. It says here, you must move by 10/12/2025. I was out two and a half, almost 3 weeks prior to that, because I went to back home to California to visit some family. I have not been living there. My address
So
was
you
never
moved back
changed.
to California? Are you in California now?
No, I'm here. I live in Indiana. I never
You live
changed
in
my
Indiana?
address. Yes, I do. My address has never been the 12016 US Highway 12 address. When he gave me that notice to quit, I took my things. I mean, 5 years, his son and I have been together. So I finally got enough money around to get a storage unit, and I put everything in storage. I do have a few items left that was out of the way in the garage. It was on my boyfriend's side in his stuff. He said, just keep it until I can rearrange or get money to get a bigger unit. And it wasn't a lot. There was no need for the eviction notice. The notice to quit was enough. And like I said, I was out within a week and a half of him serving me these papers.
Well, apparently there's still some stuff there. Mr. Thomas, what's going on here?
Well, I served that first one by myself that I served, and she never left till she left for 5 days at the end.
I'll let you talk because that's wrong, because I was gone for 2 weeks almost 2 weeks
All right,
in California.
Ms. Schamberger, we're in a courtroom, so I'll give you a chance to talk, but you can't just butt in.
Right. I do have a witness with me.
All right, well, should be easily resolved because you're gone. Except, does she still have stuff there?
Yeah,
no. With my boyfriend.
This is what keeps going on. The time that we served this with the court, she just left 2 nights ago. She'd been there the whole time. I don't know what she's.
Yeah, not.
I have not been there the whole time.
No, she hasn't.
I was spending time with my boyfriend.
That's a lie.
I go home every night.
All right, stop. There's a guy in there with a white hat on.
Yeah, that's his.
Who is that?
That's his
What's
son.
That?
That's
What's
his son.
name?
Michael Thomas.
Sir, what's your name?
Michael Thomas.
You live at that address?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
Huh?
How long have you lived there?
How long have you lived there?
40 years.
35 years?
40 years.
40
Will
years?
you take your hat off, please? And Galaxy A10, will you take your hat off too? We're on a court proceeding. All right, so you wish to leave your son there, but you don't wish to have his girlfriend there?
Yes, sir. There's problems. There's just problems.
All right, well, here's the deal. He's a lawful tenant. And if she wants to come over there and visit him, she can. This isn't a personal protection order, it's an eviction order. And she's apparently there with him now. And
Yes,
you want
well,
to kick your daughter's boyfriend out, but she can always come and visit him, unless you want to evict him too. But go ahead. We cut you off before you finished telling me what you wanted to tell me.
Well, every time that I've served to get her out, she just comes back, says she's visiting, but then she doesn't leave for 25 days.
That's inaccurate.
That's inaccurate.
She hasn't been there in 3 days.
All right.
And I was
Don't
there
give
for
me your address, but Miss
I was there
Schambarger,
for 50 days.
what town do you live in?
Elkhart. My driver's license says Elkhart. I have never received any mail at that house. And if I did, it was like an Amazon, and the package always said, care of Michael Thomas.
All right. All right. Well, I guess you can evict just her, but her contention is she isn't a tenant and she doesn't have any stuff there.
Well, and my contention is not just that. It's just the notice to quit for possession of property was enough. He didn't have to go and put an eviction. I'm going through a divorce as well. And now I can't, if I have this eviction on my record, I can't get a place to live. Like, and there was no need for the eviction.
But we haven't done an eviction yet. But Mr.
Right.
Thomas, she makes a good point. When you get an eviction on your record, it makes it unable for you to get into subsidized housing. And so she doesn't really need an eviction. What she needs is a conditional. I'm sorry?
That's why I give her the first writ by myself to give her the chance to leave.
And I did.
She wouldn't leave then, so they told me to go through the court.
Excuse me. I can show proof that I left.
Stop. Ms. Schambarger, you're treating this like a discussion around the kitchen table. It's a court proceeding and I can't even see you.
Maybe that should have been the start. Maybe there should have been a discussion around the kitchen table before any of this, because the lies are right now are incredible. I left.
Can't see you. All I can see is a sheet hanging up on.
I left 5 days after the notice to quit, and I had a full 30 days. I left.
Position left, but then you keep coming back.
To visit my business, and I'm not allowed to do that. I don't understand what this is about now. And there was no clear reason as to what the eviction is for when it clearly states.
He doesn't have to have one. You don't have a lease. He gave you a notice to quit with an adequate amount of time, and then that triggers this. So he doesn't have to give you a reason. He just followed the steps the best he could. But this is weird. You want to evict your son's girlfriend, but she can come there basically anytime she wants to as his guest. If you want to kick them both out, you can do that. But this is a sort of a backhanded personal protection order or something. You want to bar her from coming to your house. Well, you can't do that because he's a lawful tenant and he can have guests there if he wants to. But Ms. Schambarger, your position is you've already removed all your possessions and do not reside there?
No, no, I do not. If I wanted to, I'll spend the night with my boyfriend every once in a while, but I certainly do not live there. And I left a week into that notice to quit because even though I knew I had 30 days, because it was just so uncomfortable. He threw away my personal belongings.
All right, Mr. Thomas, what's your position?
I just want my house back. They were trying to take over my house. Basically, she moved when she got thrown out of her house in Elkhart. She moved.
I didn't get thrown out of my house in Elkhart.
Ms. Schumbarger, I'm gonna mute your microphone and not let you say anything.
That's fine.
You're being very disrespectful to the
Well,
court.
I'm being
And-
lied upon, like that's disrespectful in itself.
And you've got the camera on
me.
Michael Thomas. All right, so Mr. Thomas, you're bumbling around in the dark. If you want the house back, evict both of them. I'm reluctant to do this eviction of her because it'll make her ineligible for many other housing options if she has an eviction on your record. She doesn't have a lease. She's a tenant at sufferance. She is staying there with your son as a guest, and you can't prohibit that as a landlord. I'm going to continue this. Ms. Schimbarger, you could use some help from an attorney or legal aid, but we're going to continue this. It's not
What is-
urgent because she's already says she doesn't live there. If you want the whole house back, you got to evict your son too. But he's the tenant and she's his lawful guest. So I'm going to continue this to when Friday, December 5th at 3:00. What this case really needs is a conditional order of dismissal where she simply agrees she will not be a tenant there. And then the matter could be dismissed. But right now, there's too much disagreement about the fundamentals of the matter. So we're going to revisit it on December 5th at 3:00. Her representation is that she's already vacated. You can go over there and look and see if all of her stuff is gone. Possibly you could even dismiss the case, but you can't prohibit her from visiting your son if he's a lawful tenant.
Well, she'll just move back in and we'll be right back where we started.
Then you need to evict both of them. You can't do this halfway. You can't prohibit him. Now, let's say he met a family at the highway oasis and they needed a place to stay, so he moved them in. You could move to evict them. But if she wants to come spend every weekend with him, with his consent, I don't see how you can prohibit it.
The first and the second time that she said she left for 1 week, says she come back to visit, and she was there for 25 days and nights.
I didn't bring, can I respond to that? I was actually there for 4 days because I had to work that week and I don't have a vehicle. And so my boyfriend was my ride and it was easier for me to just be there. I do not live there. I do not wish to even live there again because Mr. Thomas has made it so uncomfortable for any kind of living situation to be there when nothing was done other than he could have just been an adult about it and sat down and it would have been resolved. I did not move back in. I did not bring anything with me other than my work clothes. So for him to say that, and for him to say I got kicked out of my house, no. My husband got our house foreclosed and I still legally have that address. And I also am that I've lived in Elkhart.
All right.
So
We'll
I have a
address this further on Friday, December 5th.
And in the meantime, what are we supposed to do?
You can visit there. Don't bring your stuff there or move in.
Don't
But
move in.
there's nothing he can do to prohibit you from coming to visit. All right, we'll address this further on Friday, December 5th.
Okay.
If you're involved in a dispute with another party such as this and you just can't seem to work it out, don't resort to taking the law into your own hands. You take it to court.
All right, thank you very much. Officer Burrell's waiting for you, and that will bring this case to a conclusion.